100 bands up in that safe, I got them hurricane. 6-7 niggas up on that mission, I bet I murder 80 niggas suicide.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is Young Water, and I'm reporting to you back with some more action. I'm here with Juju, and we have some never before seen footage of Super Bowl 56. This gentleman sitting right next to me has some footage to show you. He was there, and he got to sneak in and get all of the benefits. He got to see Chris Tucker, LeBron James, and more. Just stay tuned. We have so much to tell you because this gentleman's gonna walk us through from start to finish his experience plus the never before seen footage. All right, guys, I'm super excited. I've been waiting to make this video, and Juju's here to just start us off and tell us about what he got to experience. Let's go.
All right. Well, let me start off by saying thank you, brother, for having me be the first a part of your story time segment. I appreciate that. All right. So getting into it, where do I begin? Let's start by saying this was not our first events. Me and my friends, we kind of do this on a regular. We sneak into events or finesse our way into events. Not every time it's for free. Sometimes you got paid $20, $40 or whatever. But these be big events. We've gone into EDC. We've gone into UFC fights, local concerts. Whoever's familiar with Drake or the Ruler, we were at the Once Upon a Time in LA concert in LA. It's kind of just what we do for fun. We almost plan trips around specific events that are going on. So we weren't rookies going into this situation. It's a great story, but yeah, I just had to start off with that. So to start from the beginning, it was this most current Super Bowl that happened back in February, right? Super Bowl 56 between LA and Cincinnati.
Rams won, LA.
Yeah, we're up here in Northern California in Sacramento, so that's only like a 6-hour drive. So instantly we're like, oh yeah, we're gonna drive down there. We're gonna try and get in there. It's gonna be a blast. And it was 4 of us. It was me, my brother Jordan, and our 2 friends. Now, me and my brother Jordan, we're kind of the main ones who'll be getting into these events, so we're pretty confident. Our other 2 friends, I think they may have gotten 1 or 2 before mainly, but they were a little skeptical going into this. They were a little skeptical, like, man, it's the Super Bowl. We aren't gonna get in. Like, we're gonna go down there and waste our time, which was almost fuel. Like, oh, you know what? Now we gotta get in. We gotta do it. But so prior, like a week before the Super Bowl, Jordan, he's watching YouTube videos on how to sneak in, how people do it, and we're just game planning, getting ideas or whatever, just game planning ideas. And Jordan's reading the comment section, and in the comment section, it's a group of people talking about hey, we got in last year. We're trying to get on Discord and talk with a bunch of people on how to get in. Let's create a group chat. So Jordan's like, oh, I'm gonna join their group chat, right? He joins the group chat, and in the group chat, they're game planning how they're gonna do it. Some people are talking about bringing uniforms. Other people are talking about bringing like a ladder and just trying to pretend like you're a maintenance man or something. Now, the reason why I brought this up is in this group chat, they screenshotted to everybody a picture, and the picture basically showed what seat you were in. Obviously, it was a falsified picture. This is important for later in the story. So the picture that they screenshot to everybody in the group chat was a picture showing basically like what row you're in, what seat you're in. And so, yeah, you'll need to know that for later on, right? So now it came down to a day of, we wake up early. We're going to drive down there. We don't even know really how we're getting in there. We just know we got this one screenshot and we're determined. Like,
they're going off just one picture.
Just off one picture and some heart. This is all 4 of us. We moving down there. So we get down there, and for you people who aren't really familiar with the LA scene, I'm going to kind of like paint the picture. The stadium is in Inglewood, so it's like right there in the neighborhood. People have their houses down the street from the stadium. So the entire area, they're just filled with cars. People are standing outside their houses with signs talking about you could park here for $400. Now we're driving around like, we are not paying $400 to park anywhere. Like, that is,
I wouldn't either.
That is ridiculous. I mean, if you paid $5,000-$6,000 to get in the Super Bowl, you might as well pay $400 to park. But we're not paying that much, so we're not paying the park. So we need to figure out something else, right?
No, thank you.
So we're there a couple hours early. We're like, we're gonna go to this Target. And we're gonna meet up with the people that were in the Discord chat. We're gonna see what they had, and we're just gonna game plan. So we go sit in this Target, and we're waiting for a little while. And in the parking lot was crazy. We're seeing cars getting towed left and right. People thought they were gonna be able to park there and just go watch the game or something. FBI vans are sitting in the parking lot. There's little FBI people on like 4-wheelers driving around. And you know they're FBI because they have a jacket on and the back says FBI. So
No way.
it's not just I assume. No,
That's crazy.
it said FBI on the jacket.
That's insane.
So yeah, we're down there waiting for them, and we're like, oh man, should we just park here? Should we not? I think I'm in a good spot. Let's just wait for the other people to come. So the other people finally show up, right? And they kind of were not our type of people, and so they kind of weren't really messing with us like that. But they did tell us like, hey, you guys should not park here because you are gonna get towed, right? So we took their advice. So now it's probably like an hour before the Super Bowl is about to start. We're driving around. I'm trying to find somewhere to park. I'm going to all kinds of different places and just asking them like, hey, can I just throw you like $20 and you can give me a pass to let me park here or whatever? And no one's messing with us. It's starting to get like the sense of failure, like, oh man, it's already looking bad.
Never quit.
We were like, we just got down here and we can't even find a parking spot. I don't want to get my car towed. So we eventually ended up pulling inside. I think it was like a Popeyes parking lot, and we went in there. And as soon as we went in there, I could see the girl behind the counter. She was kind of eyeballing me a little bit, so I already knew like, oh, let me ask her. Let me see what's going on or whatever, right? So I asked them like, hey, you know, if we pay you guys a little bit, can we park here or whatever? And she's like, no, we can't do that. But if you buy our big meal, it comes like whatever, the big bucket or something like that, we'll give you a thing that'll let you park here. So all we had to do was pay like $20.
No way.
And we paid $20. And we got food. So we bought their big meal or whatever, and then we got free parking down the street from the stadium. We were right there. That's our first success point. We were like, oh, we found somewhere to park for under $300-400. That's great.
That's awesome.
So now we're walking up to the stadium. We're trying to game plan. Like, okay, let's go map it out. Let's go see what it's looking like. We get up to the front. As soon as we get up to the front, I instantly noticed other groups of people standing there. Like, how are we gonna get in? How we get in? So we weren't the only people. But then the first line of security, all you had to do was show them proof of ticket, right? So this is where that screenshot comes in. I peeped that, and I tell Jordan and them like, hey, all you gotta do is show them proof or anything. So I was the first one to do it. I pulled up the screenshot and I walked right up to the lady, flashed it to her. She let me go right on by, right?
Just like that.
JT, my friend who was with me, he came right in there with me. So now it's me and JT. I'm Juice. I'm like, oh man, I knew it was gonna work. We just got through the first line of security, right? So now the little second line is the metal detector. And when we're getting the metal detector, I'm trying to scope it out. Now, some of the strategies we use is we do ask people like, hey, can we throw you a little bit of money, you can get us in. But with this strategy, you got to be very strategic with it. Like, you can't just ask everybody who's gonna throw up red flags. You can't ask, the wrong person. You really got to scope it out and try and find someone that looks like, you can mess with them on the streets or on the outside, right? You got to realize a lot of these security workers that are working these events are regular people. These aren't, high.
Just like you and me.
They're not top flight security or anything. They're just regular people on a 9 to 5. So you got to scope out the person that's going to look like they're going to mess with you the most, right? So after we get through the metal detectors, now it's the third and final line of security. And on this line of security, you have to go up to the thing, you have to scan your ticket, right? And at this line, you got the workers behind it, and you got the police on the side over here with the dog and stuff like this. So there's not a lot of room for error. Instantly, excuse me, I'm sorry guys, that was rude. Instantly, I peeped someone, and it was a female that looked like I could get along with her on the outside or whatever, right? So I go up there and I pretend to scan my phone, and I pretend like it's an issue or something. Mind you, I don't even have a ticket, so I'm just making stuff up. So I pretend to scan my phone. I call her over like, excuse me, miss, can you come help me? She comes over to help me, and I had $40 like in my hand underneath my phone. And when she came up, I just kept it real with her. I'm like, hey, I don't have a ticket. I'll slide you this money right here if you could just let me and my brother go through. And she told me, I don't see how else you're gonna get in.
Let's go.
Well, now my heart's being fast. I'm excited. We only paid $40. It's me and my one brother. We're in here, but the other two, they're still stuck on the outside of the gate, and they're about to close the gates in like 10 minutes. So I'm like, I'm calling him like, hey, you gotta go now. You gotta go now. Da-da-da. I'm thinking like, man, it's a wrap. Only half of us got in, but that's still a win, you know. But nope, he got in. He did the same thing, but his was a little different though. He had a stack of fake money that he like bought off Amazon or something, and he put a $20 bill on top of it, so it looked like more than it was. And so he did the same technique I did, but paid less. He only paid $20. But whatever, you know, people paid $6,000, $6,000 to get tickets. We got in for a total of like $60. You know, that's crazy. Really finessed our way in there. So now we're in there and we're juiced. We're ecstatic. I'm taking videos. I'm like, oh man, we did it. I can't believe it. Da-da-da-da-da. Instantly, we start going to go find some seats. Now, the two that got in last, they found some seats. But right when me and JT, my friend that was with me, when we went to go sit next to him, it was this dude that was checking tickets. And he's like, oh, yeah, let me see your ticket. Da-da-da. I was like, oh, my brother got my phone down here. He'll be able to show you my ticket. So he's like, okay, let's walk down towards him. He starts walking down. Me and JT, we cut. We out of that situation because we don't even got no tickets. So we walking around, we trying to find seats. Every time we find seats, we're sitting there for 5 minutes, and then people walk up like, oh, these are our seats. Oh, these are our seats. So we're not tripping. We're walking around. You know, we're in the Super Bowl. So what? We don't got seats. At least we're there, right? And we're like, you know what? If we're gonna walk around, we might as well go down as far down as we can go. We get down all the way to like the floor level, and I'm gonna kind of paint the picture of how it's set up. So when you come down all the way to the floor, you got a flat platform, and the flat platform goes all the way around the field, right? Now, right here is more seating. It's like it goes down, and then it's just the field, right? So on the other side of the flat platform is like a wall, and then up here are the VIP booths. So as we're walking around the flat platform,
all right, Juju, so you got in. You passed level 1 security, level 2 security. Now you and your boys are in the Super Bowl 56. You gotta tell us some more. I know you're holding back. Tell us who you saw, what you gotta do, man.
All right, so yeah, we did see some crazy people. So now that we got in, the two people who got in last, they ended up getting lucky. They found some seats. Me and my friend who got in first, we couldn't find seats to save the world. Every time we found seats, someone would come and they'd be like, oh, those are our seats. So we ended up just getting stuck walking around. I mean, who cares? We're in the Super Bowl. We gotta stand, we gotta walk, we're drinking, we're getting drunk or whatever. We figure if we gotta walk, we might as well go down as far as we can go and just walk around that level. We went down so far, we couldn't go any farther. We were just about at the field. And while we're walking around, to our right are the VIP booths. So we're looking up and we're seeing everybody in VIP booths as we circle the field. And the people we seen, it was crazy. We seen Floyd Mayweather, Chains going crazy, Guy Fieri, Keke Palmer, Tracy Morgan, LeBron James, Draymond Green, anybody you could really think of, Moneybag Yo, like anybody you could think of, they were all there, right? Eventually, we ended up finding this stairwell that was kind of right there on that platform that went up to the next platform where we could stand and kind of watch the game. And it's crazy. So we're standing there watching the game. We're getting drunk. Mind you, me and my friend, we both put money on this game. Unfortunately, I bet on the Bengals, so I didn't lose. I was still having a good time, though. But while we're sitting there getting drunk, he taps me, bro, like, oh, man, little baby's walking this way. I'm like, oh, you're lying. I turn. Little baby comes through, and he only had like 2 people with him. It's a little baby, 2 people. Very short guy. I thought he'd be taller. Came through. I'm like, oh, what's up, bro? Dapped me up, shook my hand, kept walking. It was crazy. I've never met a celebrity before, or even really seen them. You know, for living in California, it's kind of crazy. So I was a little struck or whatever. We continue seeing famous people. Now the game's over. I call my other 2 friends. I'm like, come down to this low level. It's a bunch of celebrities here. Let's just see who we can meet. So they come down to a low level, right? And we're down here. We see Moneybag Yo, Ari. Great butt, by the way. I heard it was fat. Anyways, Moneybag Yo, Ari. Then we see LeBron James and Kevin Hart coming out of their VIP suite. As they're coming out, we're trying to get some pictures. Like, hey, LeBron. You know, he's kind of ignoring everybody, which is, I don't blame him. You know, everybody's trying to get his attention. You know, it's probably the life he lives, right? But as they come out, my brother Jordan, he taps me. He's like, bro, their VIP door isn't locked. It's just open. You can just go in and out. We get right up in there. I'm like, man, you're lying. All right, you go do it. So he did it. He walked straight in there. As soon as he walked in there, all 3 of us behind him. Boop, 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 boop. Right in there next. It was a couple of like older white ladies, and then a concierge dude in there. As we're in there, the concierge dude, he's like, what's up, guys? We're like, hey, man, we just Got in here. He's like, man, help yourself. The food, the drinks, it's all on LeBron's tab. Help yourself. So we're going around. We're eating all little snacks. And we got videos of this too. Like, you'll see the videos. Why he's going to post them as I'm talking. So we're in there eating the snacks. We're drinking. We're kind of turning up a little bit. The game's over, but it's still a vibe, you know. And it was crazy. So after that, we're leaving, right? And we're just trying to go over everything that happened, like all the memories, who we seen, how the game went, you know, so forth and so forth. We get back to the parking lot, and we're like, all right, what are y'all trying to do now? What's the next move? Our brother's like, you know, Chris Brown, he's performing at this club in downtown LA. We already got to the Super Bowl. Let's try and get into that.
Pushing the limit.
So we go, we drive down there, we drunk, and oh my God, it is a vibe down there. It's crazy down there. On the outside of this club, there's this wall right there, and the wall is very sketchy. Like, I ain't gonna lie, we're kind of brave, because the police were kind of like over here, and people were entering over here, and the wall right here. To sum it up, because we're running out of time, we ended up just hopping this wall and getting in there. And to be honest, we did see a bunch of celebrities. Chris Brown, we seen him. There's all kinds of people in there. But to be honest, it wasn't that fun. It was so many people in there. We kind of were like shoulder to shoulder. Nobody's really dancing. There's too many people in there.
Crowded.
It was way too crowded. It was cool seeing those people in person though. Like, I've never seen. Even they weren't that turned, which I was kind of upset about. Like, you know, this is y'all event. Y'all should have been more turned.
That's crazy.
So we ended up leaving the club at like 2 in the morning and drove straight back to Sacramento. And there we go, man. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
So let me tell you guys what. I'm going to go ahead and pretty much pop those videos again here in the end of the video so you guys can watch it. This is some crazy, never before seen footage. These guys got in Super Bowl 56. I can't wait for you guys to just experience this with us as well, because I didn't get a chance to go with Juju. Juju just went on this journey. I might be on the next one, all right? We got a special guest today, all right? We got Benji.
Benji, black and tan Merle, carries lilac.